Hi, Jacques, you're working as a Christian pastor with one thought to help you do life well. Ignorance is bliss. It is just true. If you don't know that you don't know, then you can do something without fear of penalty or the impact of the choice. You just go on your own merry way. However, the moment you know, the moment you gain knowledge, you are forced into a choice. What are you going to do with what you know? Because you no longer have the comfort or the blanket, that open space of ignorance. Knowledge is power, but with that power comes responsibility. And here's something very interesting that I find. Knowing something and making a choice in line with what you know is not always the same thing. In actual fact, how many times have you eaten something or watched something on television that you knew you shouldn't have? When we become aware of our inability to choose in line with what we know, then knowledge can cause a sense of powerlessness, because it enables us to be confronted with ourselves. In a manner of speaking, it bursts the bubble of bliss. In the Bible, that was exactly the purpose of the law. It brought knowledge of what God's standards are, but with that knowledge also made clear God's intention to make us aware, to say, hey, hang on, you can't do this. You need a Savior. The law was intended to break us out of our bliss. When Paul wrote to believers in the region of Galatia, he said that this is what the law does. It confronts us with a choice. On the one side, do I try harder? Or on the other side, do I ask for help? His point has been that trying harder is never going to work. But asking for help, asking for God's grace was the only way to go. We live in a time where there's so much knowledge available that very few people can still plead ignorance, and even fewer people actually experience bliss. But just as in the case of the people who were confronted with the law in Paul's time, our knowledge forces us into a choice. We can either try and hide our frailty, try harder to measure up, or we can stop and ask for help. My encouragement is in line with what I believe Paul would want to encourage us to do today, to say, turn to God and ask for help. Now, if that is not something that you're familiar with, turn to a close friend or a colleague. But hear this, it is in admitting that we cannot do it that we find the freedom and the help, the grace, to do the very thing that we were unable to do. So today, ask for help. I hope this thought helps you, encourages you, enables you to make good decisions, and I'm so looking forward to meeting up with you soon.